BYU Cougar faithful are going to have to get used to this. A brand new way the football program will seat its season ticket holders going into next season. So I saw some stink on this on Twitter and thought, I wonder if where there's smoke, there's fire, and people should actually be mad. And welcome to the land of capitalism. So basically, BYU season ticket holders, if you've had the same spot for 100 years, for 75 years, your great-great-grandpa's old seat in LaVell Edwards Stadium, that thing is gone away. It is somebody else's, which according to one BYU source told me that BYU's ticket prices have been low enough recently, especially compared to the market value, that doing this isn't necessarily crazy. It came a point where capitalism kicks in and you have to up the ticket prices. And the best way to do that was to redraw, to have a lottery, to have we know you've had this seat for a really long time, but we're going to have to charge more for this seat and move you somewhere else, season ticket holder. So I asked BYU fans, and I polled them, and this is what they said on the ticket situation right now. Nate Slack says, in the past, your season tickets from the previous year were locked. You could renew in the same spot without any question. So my spot has always been in section 208, and I sit in the end zone with a bunch of my buddies, and we all watch the game together. We've been season ticket holders for 10 years. He didn't say that. I'm saying that hypothetically. He continues, though, a lot of people took advantage of their grandparents sitting in the same spot for 50 years and inherited their spot each year. BYU decided to remove that auto renewal option and assign fans a date or time to renew tickets based off how much they donate to BYU's donor group. Some people have been really upset, but people who donate more money are now being prioritized over a family whose grandpa started buying tickets in 1974. That's a great way to explain it. And again, the word I go back to is that evil C word, capitalism. There is tradition in college sports. There is an immense amount of tradition at BYU. I've seen it myself, and I believe that is one of the places that is the most underrated campuses, underrated atmospheres in all of college football. The tough thing is, what do you do when somebody has been in that same spot since 1988, and now there's just not a way to financially, especially in the Big 12, where now you have to put your big boy pants on to financially keep up with allowing that person to sit in the same spot. I work for the Savannah Bananas, and our whole company focus is being fans first. Like money second, fans first. What can we do that is relentlessly resourceful, and we're putting other people first? And that there's a crossroads with that sometimes. And it seems like for BYU, there's a crossroads here. I'm assuming no one did this joyfully. Nobody's excited to kick out grandpa from his season ticket seats. That sucks. Another one, Jordan Hall says, my dad has the same seats since the early 90s. It's now cheaper to go to multiple away games, pay for the away tickets as well as hotel and flights, and it'll cost the same as his price for the season tickets every year. They're betraying their longtime fan base. And that seems to be the rhetoric from most BYU fans. This feels like a betrayal of the fan base. It's tough to say that because tradition means a lot, and continuity means a lot, and giving your all to that guy who sat there means a lot. But you know it, and I know it. If somebody else wants to pay $1 million for that seat, that's who the seat's going to go to, because that's the world of college sports and the world in general that we live in. And I get it. It's a company I work for right now, fans first. I went to a private Christian, a private faith-based university. The goal was to be as conducive as possible to the guy who's had the same seat since the early 90s. But I just don't know. It's tough to be mad because, buddy, if somebody came to you and said, hey, I'll give you, $2 million for your season tickets. All right. Yeah, I might have to consider that. So the last one I'll read here from David says, you like football seats you've had for the last 30 years? Too bad. BYU wants more money for your seats, and there are plenty of people who will pay more. And that's it. And I wish, part of me, again, as somebody who's worked in organizations that are so fan-oriented, I wish I could come to you and say, this is a crisis that BYU is in the wrong for, but it's tough. It is tough to justify letting go of money as a big boy program. They've been doing this at legitimate power programs across the country for years, or at least one time where they said, hey, all you alumni, all you old season ticket holders, we have to kick you out because we actually want to be good right now. Like, I want to go find the Clemson fan that was there watching games as a season ticket holder in 2004 when nobody else was showing up, and then see them today where they go, yeah, I got booted out of my season ticket seats in 2013 because we were so good. That happens everywhere. It's a sign, congratulations, of you becoming an even more legitimate sports program, an even more legitimate football team. And I hate it. Can I blame them? That's where they're doing what everybody else has to do, what they have to do. So BYU, I'm sure not having a lot of fun doing it, but I hope they're not laughing in your face at the very least. Tomorrow, let's talk Iowa State and Illinois. Oh, got some banana ball games going on too. If you're not following me on social media, I'm posting a lot about Savannah Bananas and Party Animals baseball, Banana Ball. This has been and always will be. Thanks for making it your first listen every single day. And thanks for making it the #1 Big 12 podcast. It means a lot to me. I put a lot of effort into this. Record it like midnight every night because of my schedule. Isn't that crazy? This has been and always will be. Locked On. Thanks again for making it your first listen every single day. Dose Grande.